this video I'm gonna teach you how to make a 3D cube in After Effects. You can find the project file in the description down below. Making a new tutorial for each day of the year, day 26 of 365. You gotta make sure pressing Ctrl K here in 3D renderer to have selected Classic 3D. It's selected as default, so if you didn't change it, you don't have to change it. Let's start by creating a solid with Ctrl Y, and let's make this solid a square. So change this to something like 500 and 500 in both sides and hit OK. Now we have to make a mask the same size as our solid layer, so go here to the rectangle tool and double click it. There you go. Now we have this little mask, and let's rename this. This will be the face 1 of our 3D cube. Let's add the effect stroke. There you go. It's selected here our mask. Now if you increase the brush size, you will see like this stroke. So let's make this layer 3D. So click here and let's rotate it a little bit so you can see that it's still 2D. But if we press here the continuously rasterize button, now you can see the stroke effect is 3D. To only see the stroke and not see the solid layer, you gotta change here to on transparent, and now you will only see the 3D stroke. Let's make the other faces of our cube. So go here to active camera and change this to custom view 1. Now you will see this from the side. Now let's duplicate this layer with Ctrl D, and we have to change the position of the anchor point. So press Y to be able to move this, and while holding Ctrl, move the anchor point to one side like here. Make sure that it's really in the center. And now let's rotate this face. So hit R and change the Y rotation. So I'm gonna decrease this by 90. So type -90. Now it's 90 degrees rotated, and do the same thing until we complete this cube. So duplicate, move this anchor point, holding Ctrl, really important, rotate -90 and type here -90. There you go. Do it one more time, change the anchor points, and here type -90. So -180 is -90. There you go. So here we already have our cube. You can see it's a 3D cube. And now let's recompose all of these faces to have better control over the cube. So select them all and recompose with Ctrl+Shift+C, and let's call this composition 3D cube. There you go. If we try to move this is in 3D. So make the layer 3D, but it's still a 2D layer. So we have to click here in continuously rasterize, and now we are moving the cube. To move the cube from the center, we have to move the anchor point here at the center. So press Ctrl+Alt+Home, and now the anchor point will be at the center, and Ctrl+Home to bring the cube to the center. And now you'll see here we have our 3D cube. You'll see that we can't modify the stroke, the color of the cube from here, because all the options are here. So if you want to modify the stroke effect from this 3D cube, you gotta go here, and first let's delete the stroke of all this layer. There you go, delete it from all of them. Later we are going to add the stroke again. Here in this precomposition, let's add the stroke effect. There you go. We are going to copy this and paste it in the other layers, and we will configure all from here. We are going to change the properties from here. To make that, we have to copy this, but not with Ctrl+C. We have to copy this with Ctrl+Alt+C, because if you go here to edit, here you can see that to copy with the property links, you have to copy with Ctrl+Alt+C. So press here, or just click here and press Ctrl+Alt+C, and go here to the faces and paste it to 1. There you go. Here we have to select the mask, so select here the mask 1. We can change the options from here. If we try it, we cannot, so we have to do that from the composition here. So increase here the brush size, and now you can see here it increased. And also we have to change this to on transparent to stop seeing this layer. So go to the main comp and change to on transparent. There you go. And now we have to copy this and paste it to all the other faces. So select them all and paste it. And Here we can just disable the stroke because we are not using this stroke effect in this layer. It's just to move the properties of all these layers. And let's make a quick animation so you can see how you can animate this cube and how you can change the properties. Let's animate the end. It's like a trim path. We can animate these strokes here. As you can see, let's start from 0 and make a keyframe here. Move a little forward, like I don't know, here, and move this to 100. And now you will see it's animated. I'm gonna easy the last keyframe, go to the graph editor and move this to 100. I want to also animate the rotation, so go here to R and animate the Y rotation. So make a keyframe here, go here to the last keyframe and let's do 180. Let's see, and let me see F9 and here in the graph editor. I don't know if it's too little. Let me try with one complete rotation. Yeah, this is better. We can also change the brush size, so we can go from something like 4, that is like really little. Make a keyframe here, go here, and when I make this, I don't know, 80 maybe. Easy the keyframe too. We are going to easy all of this keyframe the same way. So here you see it's like getting bigger. We can also change the brush hardness, so here is like too sharp the brush, and here is like really soft, almost like blurry. Let's maintain this above 50, something like 60, like that. Okay, and to make the animation of the stroke smoother, we can decrease the spacing to 0, because if we increase the spacing, you will see that all of these are just some dots, some little circles. So let's decrease this to 0 to not have any space between, and let's animate the color. So let's go from a white to, I don't know, a orange like this, and we can also easy the color. Now go from white to orange, and I don't want to end with the cube here, so I'm going to decrease a little bit the rotation, something like here, 330. And also let me animate the other rotation, the X rotation that goes from up to down. Let me invert this cube, so I'm going to start from 180 to invert this cube from up to down. And here I'm gonna tilt a little bit the cube, so something like that. Let me easy ease. Let's see how it looks now. It's looking better. And let me animate the last thing, the scale. It will go from, let me put this keyframe here at the end. It will go from something like maybe 250 to its original size. Let me see this. There we go. Okay, it's looking pretty nice. I'm gonna leave it right there. So that's how easy it is to make a 3D cube here in After Effects and how you can animate it. You can find the project file in the description. You can download it for free, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. See ya.